Hello YouTube and Tommy, if you take the time to watch this, I appreciate it. I know you're probably getting sent stuff by thousands of fans every day, probably very similar things, etc, etc, but if you do take the time, I appreciate it because I know that it wasn't exactly the most enjoyable conversation. And also, this is not a means to promote me or boost me or anything. This can purely stay in your DMs and you can just watch it for yourself. And yeah, I just want to know there's no hard feelings, there's no bad blood. It's just something I wanted to clarify, which I don't think I could have done as easily in the chat. As for Tommy's fans, if any of them end up watching this, you may have known me by the name of the Empire FN in his chat. Firstly, I just want to start off by saying I did not start the discussion. I saw people discussing in his chat already saying, holy bot lobby. They were saying that he was in a bot lobby. And it's something that I've been noticing. Like I've been looking at streamers' profiles for weeks. Z-Lane or Nick Merckx, just to name a few Huskers, and their lobbies are consistently lower than mine. Before I continue, bear in mind, this isn't some excuse for why I'm doing poorly in my games. This isn't any way to just say that I'm a good player and it's unfair for me, blah, blah, blah. This isn't none of this has anything to do with why I brought up the discussion. And this is also not a way to discredit these streamers. These guys are beasts. Tommy, you're a beast. Nick Merckx, you're a beast. Z-Lane, you're a beast. All of you guys are great at these games. Like, I'm very impressed when I watch, I follow, I subscribe. I just find it super impressive what I'm seeing. All I was saying was, simply put, when I'm looking at all of these people's low KD lobbies compared to mine when I don't have a high KD, naturally, when I'm consistently seeing all of these streamers back to back to back to back to back, all having low average KD lobbies than me, naturally, it's a good theory. I think it's a reasonable theory to say that Activision is giving streamers and content creators lower KD lobbies in an order for them to be able to advertise and promote their game better. People are going to watch the videos. They're going to see you beasting. They're going to see you destroying all these bots. And it's going to make people want to log on and play. And basically, it's going to promote the game. Also, all these people saying that streamers using VPNs to get lower lobbies and stuff, that's not what I was saying either. Like, I don't buy into that. I simply think it's something Activision is doing for the reasons aforementioned. And one last point is I know that the average player in this game has like a 0.8 KDR. So naturally, it's hard to match all these top tier, top 1% players in lobbies with people of similar skill level because they simply would just never get full lobbies. I mean, it's nonsensical to expect them to put 5.0 KD people in a lobby of 150 other 5.0 KD people. It's just simply not enough supply to meet that demand. So that is not what I'm saying. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know how that works. So anyway, without further ado, I'm just going to finish my point by showing my COD tracker profile compared to the profile of a few big streamers with high KDs. And this isn't a means to look at my KD or my win rate or anything and judge me or whatever. That's not the point of any of this. You can call me bad, whatever it is you want to do. I don't really care because that's not the point. The point of this is to show my KDR versus the average KDR of my lobbies, and then these KDRs of these streamers versus the KDRs of their average lobbies. It is consistently lower average KDR lobbies for these streamers. That is the only point I was making. And I gave you the theory of why I think that is the case. And again, this is not any means to discredit the skills of these streamers. These are some really, really, really good players, and it is not a way to excuse my performance either. It's just an observation. I did not mean to hijack the chat. I did not mean to interfere with the viewing experience or the gaming experience of you or your viewers. I apologize, and I could see that you were getting upset. I tried my very best to be polite and let you know that there was no hard feelings, there was no bad blood, but at that point it didn't really matter. Just at the moment you showed any small amount of discontent, just the whole chat just ganged up on me. And I mean, that's understandable. That's just, you know, when you have followers. I have a big channel. Not going to share that big channel, but I have a big channel, non-gaming related, and it's pretty much more or less the same way when I get in disagreements with people who come into my chat. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and compare some of these profiles. Okay, so first, here we are at my profile. As you can see, I know my KDR is not the most impressive. 1.16 for chapter 3. I think it's 1.17 in total. It's not showing, but because I have all these matches expanded. But anyway, as you can see, lobby average 1.16. And as you can see, that's pretty consistent. I have a 10.87, which I was highly surprised I got, by the way. When I looked back, I was like, whoa, because that rarely happens. And I could just go ahead and scroll down. And you can look at the averages. There's another 0.86 there, which I was also highly surprised about. But then as I scroll down, you can see consistently everything's 1.0 plus. 1.0 plus. 1.0 plus. There's a 0.97 and 0.94, but 1.0 plus. 1.0 plus. 0.91. What is that? 5 so far that have been below 1.0. 5 in total. This was a Caldera Clash. Just trying to level some guns. There's a 0.82. That's 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so you're seeing, like, you know, there's a few 0.9 somethings. There was a total of 3 that were into 0.8s. But everything else is a 1.0 plus. I'm getting 1.28s, 1.32s. I think at the top there was a 1.4 right there, which is insane, right? So then, Tommey, your profile. Sorry, I'll scroll down. You're 1.07 average compared to my 1.16 average, right? Look at this. You already got 0.85, 0.85 right here. 0.9, 0.8, 0.95. Like, it's not taking long at all. 0.96, 0.98, 0.97, 0.97, 0.74. I haven't gotten any in the 0.7s at all. Out of that entire scrolled page, that entire week's worth of games, I haven't gotten anything lower than 0.86. You got all these right here. So that's what I'm saying. And it's not just you. It's every big streamer I look at. That is the point I was trying to make. So then we can go ahead and check out Z-Laner as well. As you can see, 1.06 lobby average compared to my 1.16. And Tommey, what was yours? 1.07. So you're about the same as Z-Laners, but mine is higher, even though you guys both have 5.0 KD and I have a 1.17. And as you can see, his lobby is 0.85, 0.95, 0.95, 0.98. Like, you're just, this doesn't take long at all to see these sub 1.0 KDR lobbies. Whereas mine, they're like very few and far between. 0.72 there. I don't have any in the 0.7s, but both of you guys do. And I've been checking this throughout the days, throughout the weeks, multiple big streamers, and it's the same story. It's the same story. So that was my only point. There's another 0.77 right there, 0.85, 0.80. That was my only point. And it is not, I feel like I made enough disclaimers about my intention with this, but hopefully this brings some clarity to the point I was trying to make. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Actually, one more thing. I saw Hisker's profile, and oh boy, it is, yeah, just, you'll see. As you can see, 1.10 average, still lower than mine, not by much, but still lower. All 3 of you guys have been lower than mine, by the way, despite having much higher KDRs. As you can see, first few games again, 0.82, 0.82, lower than anything I've gotten at any point from my profile when I scroll down. 0.97, 0.96, 0.92, like just all these less than 1 KD lobbies you're seeing. 0.77, I don't have anything in the 0.7s. He got 4 in a row right here. 0.77, like, there's just plenty. I mean, it seems pretty obvious at this point. Like, I feel like I've proven my point. It's 0.68, like, what? You know, I haven't got anything in the 0.7s, let alone the 0.6s. 0.60? Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, like, hopefully you can understand what I'm saying at this point. I feel like I could just mic drop at this point. This isn't about ego or anything like that. It's just, come on, there's another 0.6 right there. That's his PR, 61 kills in a 0.6 lobby. You know, like, that's, yeah. I feel like enough is said at this point. So anyway, hopefully that clarified things. I just think a lot of people are in denial about this fact, and the evidence is right here in front of your face. Like, it's not, this isn't a means of complaining. This isn't a means of debunking some conspiracy with like VPNs or anything. No, it's just a simple theory that Activision is actively partaking in giving lobbies like these to streamers for the purposes of content creation. It's something, in my opinion, just done in the background without the awareness of the content creator. It's just something it's happening. We see it. That's it. That's all.